Yo, what's up, your boy Domuto. We're back with another video today. We're watching SmugStick. What if Goku was betrayed by his friends and trapped in the time chamber? Full story. Today we're watching part 7? Part 7? Alright. We're gonna watch part 7 and part 8 today. Yeah, they're pretty short. So part 7 and part 8. So, this story's really doing well, man. Look, it's almost over. We're like halfway over. It's a 4-hour long video. Oh, and we're already halfway over. So, let me know what the next SmugStick video y'all want me to watch. What this video he got. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Let me know down below. And we'll, get started on that right after this one. So, all right, let's get into it.
Find ourselves on Beerus' planet as
Yes, sir.
Goku, Vegeta, and Beerus all train together under the guidance of Whis. Goku fights using his newly discovered Super Saiyan 4 state, while Vegeta adorns his Super Saiyan Blue. Goku still has the advantage against Vegeta, and neither him nor Beerus have used their full power in battle just yet. It's unclear who's the strongest at the moment. Suddenly, a bright white pillar of light descends from the heavens. Stepping out of the light are two figures, one who has striking resemblance to Whis, and the other to Beerus. Beerus looked towards the visitor before rolling his eyes. "What do you want, Champa?" The god of destruction questioned his counterpart. "No particular reason, just a certain planet with a reputation we wish to look into." Goku and Vegeta had no idea who these guys were or what they wanted. Champa and Vados looked towards the two of them. "Who or what are you guys supposed to be? They don't seem to be anything special," Champa said rudely. "Ignore them," responded Beerus. And ignore them he did. Beerus then continued to ask about why they were there. Both Goku and Vegeta became more confused and annoyed as the two bickered and completely disregarded them. Goku had enough and teleported right to Champa and demanded him to answer his questions. The woman who looked like Whis raised an eyebrow at the sudden display before introducing herself and the cat. "Well, aren't you brave? Casually assaulting a god of destruction like that, I should kill you where you stand." A cocky smile spread across Goku's face before stepping back. He didn't want to cause anything, as he had a feeling that something interesting was about to happen. Whis questioned Vados about the planet they were seeking. "It's called Earth. We learned of it by spying on you two, and wished to indulge on the
Spying?
food there."
Oh.
Both Goku and Vegeta became serious and turned to face their visitors. "I'm a Saiyan from Earth. I'd rather not have a being as strong as you go there right now." Goku spiked his ki ever so slightly to face the god of destruction. He was challenging him. Champa was amused by this. "Okay, you've piqued my interest.
Goku, I don't know about that.
Let's settle this over a tournament. Your universe's strongest warriors against my own. Whoever wins gets Earth." Without skipping a beat, Goku said, "Deal. Oh, and we don't need any other fighters. Just I will be enough." Vegeta instantly interjected, asking if he was insane. Their planet was at stake here, and all Goku cared about was his petty ego. Goku brushed Vegeta's worries aside, telling him not to worry, and that he needs to teach this cocky god of destruction a lesson. Vegeta wanted to fight as well, however, and Goku promised that they would figure out another tournament just for that. But right now, it's a little personal. A date was chosen for the tournament, and the time leading up to it were filled with dread by everyone else, but excitement from Goku. Soon enough, the day arrived, and Goku, along with his friends from Earth who wanted to see the battle, made their way to the chosen area.
Goku
with
cocking
Whis
them up.
providing transport. Vegeta and those who were nervous or curious to accompany Goku made a deal that if Goku lost, they would step in and participate to save Earth. However, it seemed like to people like Boo, Tien, and Vegeta, this was mostly about seeing just how strong Goku had gotten. As he stepped into the arena, Goku jumped back and forth from side to side in his Super Saiyan 4 state, a form which he started to use more and more, treating it nearly as a base state. He was excited to finally face new opponents.
His base form? Damn.
Entered the ring, sure that he would be the one to take down the cocky Saiyan. Kaba was surprised. Saiyan? He was a Saiyan? He knew they had tails long ago, but if that's how they looked, then he was glad that his Saiyans evolved. Vegeta shook his head at that comment, telling the kid that he has a lot to learn about the Saiyan race. Vegeta did take an interest in Kaba. He seemed tenacious. Goku rushed in to punch Botomo in the face, but he really was just a brick wall. Goku thought this was interesting, but he wasn't too worried. If he couldn't damage him, then he could at least move him. He had a plan. Goku put one hand on Botomo, who wondered what the hell was happening. Goku smirked, placing 2 fingers on his forehead and teleporting over to the ring's side, letting Botomo drop to the ground below in a loud splat, instantly giving him a ring out. Everyone was impressed, except for Vegeta and Buu. They knew Botomo was small fry. Next up was Frost. Goku was too hyper for this, and egged Frost on to turn into his final state. The alien complied, and warned Goku that his little boss rush ends here. Frost jumped into action, as Goku dodged every single one of his moves. Goku realized that there was something reflecting the shine of his aura, and he decided to do something about it. As soon as Frost threw one last punch, Goku dodges the punch, and instead kicks his leg up, smashing it against Frost's mouth. Whatever was on his arm wasn't going to reach him. He wouldn't allow it. Frost couldn't believe the speed. He had to come up with a plan to inject Goku somehow. Goku shook his head, wagging his finger back and forth, saying that he expected more from somebody who was the same race as Frieza. The battle continued for a bit, until Goku slid across the ground, knocking Frost down and kicking him off of the stage. It was over, and Goku turned to Champa, pointing at Champa and telling him to find warriors with a little bit more honor. Vegeta was next. Goku tried to make a few jokes, but the robot seemed largely quiet. Nothing really landed. Goku shrugged, and the fight commenced. Even when Champa pulled up the cover to restrict Goku as Vegeta turned up the heat, Goku kept a cool head, saying, "Damn, you're pretty cool for a loose bolt." But this seemed to actually upset Vegeta. It caused him to stop the heat for a second. Goku was surprised. He didn't think he was that offensive, but he could totally use this to his advantage. Goku explained that he had spent enough time with Vegeta during their space missions to know just how to really bring someone down. The Saiyan proceeded to insult Vegeta relentlessly. Everyone in the stance was perplexed, turning their heads to Vegeta, who shrugged. He didn't remember being that mean. Vegeta cried and ran off the stage. Kaba bowed before Goku as he stepped up to the stage. Goku bowed back. It was cool to see a different kind of Saiyan. He even reminded him of his little imaginary friend, but it was disappointing to see how weak he was. Just like Frost, Goku yelled at Kaba to transform, but Kaba said that he didn't have a tail, he couldn't transform like that. Goku shook his head. No, not Super Saiyan 4, at least regular Super Saiyan. Kaba was still confused. So they don't even have Super Saiyan over there. Interesting. Well, time for a lesson. He taunted Kaba, calling his mother mean names, similarly to how he did against Oob in the original story. This only made Kaba angry, and he went in for an attack. Goku dodged and shoved Kaba down to the ground. Never let anyone lock your power away. Never let anyone betray you. To make sure those things never happen, you have to get stronger. Push yourself. With that, Kaba's eyes flashed open as he turned into a Super Saiyan. Goku was happy, but that was all the teaching he had in mind. He dodged one final attack and kicked Kaba out of the ring. As he recovered, Kaba requested Goku to teach him more. Goku laughed and shook his head. Just doesn't have a teaching soul. He should talk to Vegeta instead. He seems to be headed that route. Vegeta sneezed as his name was mentioned, and Kaba ran to him. Goku smiled, knowing Vegeta would hate him for that, but it would be good for him. As Goku laughed, the final warrior walked into the stage. Everyone even the non-fighters could feel the incredible power he had. Goku is excited about the battle. He didn't like having to wait till the end for a real challenge,
might fuck him up. I don't know.
Thought this would be worth it. Hit smirked. He had never seen a Saiyan like that before. Goku and Hit begin their battle, with Goku enjoying himself thanks to Hit's strange techniques.
I mean, this Super Saiyan 4 stronger than Super Saiyan.
So fast that Hit stopped time only after he was already being punched. Hit begins to stop time earlier than usual. This time he has to try and predict movements, not the other way around. As Goku's punches stopped connecting, he realized that there was something else going on. At first he thought he was just being too slow, but then he realized that Hit was in a different position than he originally was. Goku let this happen for a while, until finally realizing what it was. Hit was stopping time just for a split second. Well, Goku couldn't do that. He could, however, predict when he was going to move. The thing was, Hit was predicting when Goku was moving. So here was the plan. Move your body one way, but actually try to attack with another. For example, Goku would throw a punch, but in reality, would kick at the same time. This worked for a bit, but Goku finally decided to step it up a notch. It was time to show off something new. Goku breathes in and lets out a greater power as his body is outlined in red. This was, quote-unquote, Super Full Power Saiyan 4, as this state is actually called. But I'm just gonna call it Full Power Super Saiyan 4. He explained that he tried to do that silly ritual that Vegeta did just for fun, to see if he could obtain Super Saiyan God. But with only 4 people, it resulted in this power-up. If you recall, during the baby arc, the Saiyans helped Goku by giving him their energy, similarly to the God ritual. This resulted in the strongest Super Saiyan 4. Goku smiled, saying that he was saving this for the next time he had to fight Beerus seriously. Goku's speed increases, but Hit is still able to do a little bit here and there. Goku finally uses the multi-form technique to make sure Hit uses time stop to avoid multiple blasts from different directions. When he does this, Hit realizes that all the other Gokus had disappeared. In their place, the real Goku was coming down from above, his arm pulled back and full of ki. Hit couldn't hold it any longer as Goku crashed down with a Great Dragon rising from him and crashing back down onto Hit. The arena was completely gone, with Hit touching the ground. Goku had won. Everyone cheered and Champa sped out some food. He was serious. That Saiyan really could defeat them all. Champa was a little afraid and he turned to Beerus, but to his own surprise, Beerus was also perplexed. Goku was advancing so much. What could this mean to their universe? Could he be dangerous? Could they really just let him run around loose? Whis noticed that Beerus was worried, and he leaned over to the God of Destruction, whispering, "Lord Beerus, have faith. That Goku guy has been through so much. He's been locked away before. That didn't work. If you feel it's necessary, we will do it. But I think we should just keep an eye on him for now." Beerus hated when Whis knew exactly what he was thinking, but he was right. They needed to just keep an eye on Goku.
True.
The team agreed to fight again
True,
some
you
other
don't want
time.
that nigga Goku to get angry at you.
Goku that he will defeat him next time. Goku responded by saying, "Doubtful. That time prison of yours is something I never want to be caught in. I promise myself I'd never be trapped again." Right before leaving to Earth, a light alerted everyone to the center of the arena. The Omni King had appeared, which made all the gods terrified. Goku, however, thought he seemed adorable. "Who are you? If Beerus is scared, then you must be really strong." Zeno laughed at Goku. He was funny. Zeno loved the tournament, but he wanted more fighters. And Goku had an idea. Goku turned around to Vegeta and said, "See Vegeta, I told you you'd get to fight." Goku laughed and said that a tournament across the different universes would be a lot of fun. The Omni King gave a button to Goku and told him that they would plan it out. Hit simply took this as a challenge. Goku stuck his tongue out at Champa, and the Super Dragon Balls were used by Beerus to gift Universe 6 a new planet Earth. But something dark was brewing on Earth as the cosmic
Goku Black
traveled through space and stopped on Earth. Whis commented on the smell of smoke. As they stepped out, they watched as flames burned Capsule Corp. In fact, all of West City was in
already
shambles.
down.
What happened? Chi-Chi held onto Goku, while Bulma held onto Bra and Trunks. Vegeta promised her that she would punish whoever did this. Goku said that he may have already figured that out, as they looked up to the sky and saw a Frieza mothership flying
what the
overhead,
fuck?
with Frieza himself staring down at them with a giant smirk. He had returned. The Z fighters go into formation as hundreds of soldiers stepped out. Frieza had given them the order
Ultimate
to attack.
Raditz.
Tien told Goku to focus on Frieza. They would take care of the rest. Tien, 18, Raditz, Krillin, and Yamcha split up as the soldiers followed them. Goku and Vegeta rose up to the sky to face Frieza. Beerus and Whis decided to stick around, watching the battles, along with Chi-Chi and Bulma. "Welcome, monkeys. I hope you found your little surprise just for my return." "What are you doing here, Frieza? How did you return?" "A couple of loyal soldiers found these pesky Dragon Balls of yours. They've been spying on Earth for a long time. The moment they noticed that you and your little friends were off somewhere else, I decided to pay Earth a visit." "Damn you. You know I can easily defeat you in that state, right?" "I'm well aware, Goku, which is why I'm not alone." From behind Frieza walked out King Cold. He laughed, telling them that it was time for the Frieza Force to return to power. He then commented on Goku's peculiar state, saying that no matter what transformation they use, even if it is a red monkey, nothing will stand in their way. Frieza waved the transformation off. Whatever it was, it stood no chance against what they have in store. "Skip to the end, Frieza. I can tell your power has increased. Show us what you've got. Impatient, huh? Fitting of a Saiyan. Well, here it comes. This is what 10 months of training have done.
Oh,
Welcome,
shit.
Gold and Frieza. Both Frieza and Cold were surrounded by bright light as they transformed into gold-plated versions of themselves. So, you've turned into an Oscar statue. Well, it's time to continue the tradition and slap some sense into you. What the hell's an Oscar? In a flash, Vegeta attempted to slam his fist against Frieza, but the Emperor caught the punch and spun Vegeta around, hammer fisting him down to the ground. He was fast and strong too. Could he really be a match for Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta? Goku cursed under his breath. Vegeta had already defeated Frieza once. He wanted to at least fight this version of him. No matter, his father would do for now. The two matches intertwined with each other. As Frieza helped his father, Goku helped Vegeta, though Vegeta always complained about it. King Cold clearly stood no chance against Goku, but Frieza was much stronger. He was actually keeping up with Vegeta. In the meantime, the Z-Fighters continued to fight, spreading all over the world, and they weren't alone. Whichever ally that didn't go on the Universe 6 tournament was also aware of the situation, with 16 and 17 fighting on their own island against swarms of enemies. Nappa too was out there helping out, angry at being called
this nigga Nappa's still alive. Funny.
Raditz was happy to see how much his training had changed him, and none of the soldiers stood a chance against him, not even the likes of Shizame. He thought back to Zarbon and Dodoria, the Frieza soldiers who tormented him for so long. He had to admit, this was satisfying. As the battle continued,
Raditz, get
Goku
you some.
switched places with Vegeta just for a minute, while Vegeta was followed by King Cold. Goku was having a little bit of fun, especially once he got to fight Frieza for a little bit. But Vegeta argued that he already got to fight everyone in the tournament. Let him have Frieza. Goku rolled his eyes. As blasts and ki balls were fired off, one of the stray blasts from Frieza went straight for Trunks, Bulma, and Bra. Vegeta completely ignored King Cold as he rushed over to them and tanked the blast. Frieza rose an eyebrow. So, that must be Vegeta's new family. How cute. I yelled at his father to take care of
shit,
Goku.
don't do it,
He began
Frieza.
to fire multiple blasts at Vegeta's family. Vegeta deflected them all, but they started to weigh down on him. Goku knew he had to help. He opened his aura to push King Cold away and rushed in, firing blasts at Frieza. This hurt Frieza, but he would not stop the blast. Vegeta reminded Goku of how he used to be, how he defended Grandpa Gohan's last memory in the form of his home during the battles against Cell. Grandpa Gohan told him that his home didn't represent his memory, that his memory kept on living within Goku.
That's
Perhaps
deep right
what
there.
Goku needed now was a family of his own, but he heard Vegeta yell out, telling him to stop. Kakarot, this is my fight. I told you to step away. That Frieza, he tormented me. He took my planet away, my throne, my father, my friends and allies, all of my Saiyan race. I know he took a lot away from you too, but you're strong enough to defeat him easily. This is my challenge. He's my wall to climb over. Goku stopped in his tracks. He admired Vegeta and simply watched. Frieza cackled. So, you did some training. How amusing. Well, I'll show you a wall that no amount of training will help you get over. I'll kill you, and I'll kill your family too.
Oh shit,
Vegeta looks
don't do
back
it.
to see a scared Bulma, a crying Bra, but a brave Trunks, looking forward, knowing his father would save them. This made Vegeta snap. His eyes
not the
glowing
super
as
blue,
his
whatever
aura
that shit is.
erupted, and the blue of his
Perfected blue.
transformation darkened.
What?
His muscles sharpening. His aura expanded, nearly hugging Bulma and his family, while pushing everybody else away, even Kakarot. Unknowingly, Frieza had caused a new transformation. A transformation that would be known as Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Goku cheered on Vegeta. He knew it. He knew since the moment they met, since he was leagues ahead of him, that Vegeta would slowly start to catch up. Goku knew he was still stronger, but he wasn't far off anymore. Goku turned back to King Cold, telling him, well, we'll make this quick. I want to go back to watching the real fight. Goku rushed over to King Cold, grabbed onto his cape, slammed him against the ground.
He still got the
rose
cape
up to
on
the
in golden
sky,
form, it's crazy.
And fired a 10 times Kamehameha. King Cold was done for. He never stood a chance. Goku just wanted to watch the fight now. What are you? I accept that my family's gone. I accept that my throne will remain empty. You will keep that blood on your hands forever. But I will not let you destroy my new family, my new people. Earth is my home, and I will not
talking about
let you
Vegeta?
take it from me. Vegeta clashed against Frieza without a moment's notice, rushing through the Ki Blast and right through a couple buildings. As the rubble spread around them, Vegeta roared and buried Frieza onto the ground. Frieza was done for within minutes. As Vegeta kept on beating on him over and over again, Vegeta rose up to the sky, put his arms out, and fired a giant final flash against Frieza. This knocks the Emperor right out of his golden state. He was bleeding, tired, weak, on his knees. Goku smiled from ear to ear. Vegeta walked up to Frieza, raising his arm up, ready to kill him. It seemed as if Frieza was going to destroy Earth, just like in the original story. But Goku stepped in front of Vegeta, putting a hand on his shoulder. Vegeta tells Kakarot to let him go, but Goku doesn't move. He simply says that he's proud of Vegeta, that he has finally surpassed that wall. But to look at Frieza, he's defeated. Sure, they can kill him now, but just think of how strong he got in such a little amount of time. Don't you want to battle him again? Frieza stood back up, letting go of the planet's destruction blast. Last time Goku spared him and he betrayed them, he paid with his life. He wasn't going to make that same mistake again. Goku said one last thing to Vegeta. You protected your family. You can move forward from what Frieza did. We both can, my friend. Vegeta smiled at Kakarot. He knew that if Frieza ever returned, they could take him on again. Frieza was already leaving the planet, as he promised to see the monkeys again. Chi-Chi ran to Goku, hugging him, while Vegeta's family did the same to him. And for the first time ever, Goku actually hugged Chi-Chi back. Perhaps it was time for him to settle down as well. He would never want peace like Vegeta did. But what he had, Bulma, Bra, Trunks, he wanted something like that. And he liked Chi-Chi. She was always nice to him. The Z Fighters finished off the rest of the Frieza force on Earth. And peace, once again, returned. Beerus thought to himself, Goku, he spared Frieza. He didn't quite trust him just yet, but he finally saw what Whis did. Perhaps they could keep an eye on him for a little bit longer. The team would return to their usual training, but darkness, unlike anything anyone had ever seen before,
Goku Black
dwelled beyond their universe. A young Kaioshin in training named Samazu watched as Goku defeated every single one of the universe's 6 fighters, one by one. He couldn't believe it. That mortal had so much power. How could he be allowed to live? How could he be allowed to be free? He had to be contained.
Want to be free.
To be trapped. Several months pass after the fight against Frieza, and we find our heroes training at Capsule Corp. Vegeta had decided to visit his family more often, not only to help train Trunks, and even Bola sometimes, but because he genuinely liked being around them. Goku accompanied him so the two could spar and train together. Occasionally, the other Z Fighters, as well as Chi-Chi, would come and visit him. Chi-Chi and Goku had been spending a lot more time together, growing even closer. Raditz, Buu, Goku, and Vegeta trained to their heart's content, as well as enjoying Bulma's food. Suddenly, something didn't feel quite right. Buu noticed it at first, and looked towards the sky. Nothing was there, but he could feel it. He could feel a presence. All of a sudden, a white flash illuminated the sky, and a weird spaceship appeared. Trunks, Bra, Buu, and Raditz were the only ones outside as they witnessed the ship land, or rather, crash, given the state it was in. Trunks rushed to the adults and informed them of the situation. Buu and Raditz watched curiously as Bulma rushed towards the vehicle, before asking Vegeta to help get him out. Only Bulma really knew who this was. For Trunks, it wasn't difficult to notice the similarities between himself and this new, future version of himself. Vegeta tried asking what the hell was going on, but before Bulma could get to explaining, there was a sudden crash. Future Trunks was awake and was already rushing towards Goku, aiming a punch straight to his face. Goku easily blocked the attack and gripped his wrist, glaring at the stranger harshly. Trunks doesn't back down, and in his delirium, starts to scream and shout about how they never should have trusted him, how he and his mother's trust was misplaced and they should have always feared him. Goku tries to stop Trunks, but the attacks continue. Trunks can only repeat the idea that Bulma's trust in her best friend is what doomed them all. When he returned to the past, he should have struck him where he stood, or at least never given him that heart medicine. Boo even defends Goku, spreading over in front of him and stopping the attack, as Bulma finally yells out for them to stop, telling Trunks that Goku's not the same as he used to be. He has changed so much, evolved, and even saved the world. But Trunks simply couldn't believe it. That was until a rip in the sky opened once more. Like beforehand, Boo looked up to the sky, and sure enough, something appeared. A black tear materializing in the sky, followed by a man dressed in black. Another Son Goku. Trunks wasted no time in explaining the situation. How one day, this Goku appeared and started hunting everyone and everything on Earth to extinction. He had given him the name Goku Black. Despite him being his mortal enemy, Trunks unfortunately had no further knowledge or information on him. As far as he knew, this was just the Goku he saved. Trunks now had to deal with two evil Gokus. Black smirked after locking eyes with Trunks.
So, you thought you could escape me? You foolish mortal. Now prepare for...
His words trailed off as he looked towards Goku.
Perfect.
He whispered, firing a blast aimed at Goku. The real Goku jumped out of the way, confused. Was this really himself? The only explanation he could think of is that this could be a Goku from Trunks' future who was betrayed by his friends once again. But if he remembered correctly, Trunks had told him that Goku was dead. The fight commenced between the two, with Goku surprised to see Black use Super Saiyan 4. That transformation had taken a lot to obtain. With Boo's help. If he had no friends, then how did he do this? Unlike the original Black, this Goku Black is accompanied by a set of swords.
Super Saiyan 4?
It's similar to the key swords and spikes which Zamasu often uses around himself, but these are real physical swords. Goku thinks this is silly, and there's no way they could actually hurt him. But to his surprise, every time Black launched the sword, it was just as painful as a ki blast. Raditz commented on how the swords seemed so familiar to him, but he didn't remember why. At one point, Zamasu appeared behind Goku with a sword in his hand, creating some sort of Kai spell on Goku. The Saiyan tried to fight it off, and it was successful at first. Whatever Black was doing was no good. The fight continued, with Goku bursting into full power Super Saiyan 4, but Zamasu taunted Goku and was relentless in his attack. Goku tried to grab one of the swords which was thrown at him, but to his surprise, it was extremely heavy and made him nearly tumble to the ground. It distracted him just for long enough. Black took this chance to appear behind Goku, opening his palm to summon another sword, and the other to create the same Kai power from earlier. The distraction worked, and Goku was engulfed in bright light and sucked into the sword.
Oh shit.
Zamasu rejoiced. The sword became part of Black's collection around him. That's when Raditz's eyes widened as he finally recognized the sword. It was very similar to the Z sword, which he pulled out of the Kaioshin realm long ago. Black laughed maniacally, saying,
"One more trapped away."
As he said this, the portal once again opened behind him, and he was pulled into it by force. Vegeta asked Trunks what the hell just happened, with Raditz saying that he has an idea, but they need to investigate first. They need to speak to Lord Beerus. Attracting him with food, Bulma summoned Beerus and Whis. They said that this better be good. He was watching the new season of Attack on Titan. Alright. Saying that Raditz had something to ask. Raditz stepped up, telling Beerus that a man who looked just like Goku appeared from a portal and battled Goku. He wore a ring and used some sort of magic to create a sword and make Goku disappear. A sword? Oh, deja vu. Indeed. How unoriginal. But why Goku? Why did he look like him? Would someone tell me what's going on? Lord Beerus was the one who locked away the old Kai within the sea sword long ago. I suspected this. That sword looked just like the one I freed him from. Beerus went on to ask about the ring, but in the middle of talking, he realized that there was an older Trunks behind Vegeta. Trunks had either grown in the last few months, or they were messing around with time travel, weren't they? After a lot of arguing over the dangers of time travel, Beerus finally said that he would investigate. The ring must have been a time ring. In the meantime, stay put. Don't go after him. Time travel is against every rule imaginable. Of course, they couldn't just sit around and wait for Beerus and Whis. They needed to act, but Trunks still refused to listen to reason. He didn't want to trust that Goku at all. He still felt he was evil. Vegeta said that they couldn't waste any time, that he would not let Goku be simply taken. He grabbed onto Trunks and dragged him away. He was going to beat reason into him, training him to get stronger. Raditz already knew what they were going to do. They were going to travel to the future. He didn't stand by that. While he trained under the Kaioshin, he felt a lot of respect for them, and he refused to disobey them. He stepped away for a while. He needed to think about things. Seeing an evil version of his brother that way was very disturbing, but he knew if his hunch about the Sea Sword was right, he would be needed. Chi-Chi pleaded with Vegeta to bring Goku back, and Buu offered his help, and while Vegeta thanked him, he said that his powers simply wouldn't be enough this time around. He said that the pink blob would best serve Goku by protecting Chi-Chi in the past, in case that Goku Black guy ever returned. Chi-Chi and Buu waved off Trunks and Vegeta. Vegeta had spent a couple of days fighting Trunks, telling him that the only option they have is to rescue Goku and defeat Goku Black. He told him that he could feel his presence, and that it was not the same as Goku. It was similar to the Goku he once knew long ago, but the one he is now was completely different. He is not the same man. Once they arrived in the future, Vegeta gasped as he saw everything desolated. It wasn't long before Goku Black appeared, with the swords still flying around him. He thanked them all for coming.
I like the
because
twist he
over
did
the
on this
course
one.
Of his ventures,
Little
he's
twist
realized
from
that
Goku
though
Black.
Goku may be the
With the
biggest
swords,
threat
with
the
the Z
multiverse has
swords.
ever known, super warriors the likes of Vegeta and Trunks are nearly as dangerous. Though he may not need their power, he'll just kill them instead. Angry, Vegeta exclaimed that he'll show Goku Black that he's just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than Goku could ever be, bursting instantly into Super Saiyan Blue evolution. The fight is intense, as Trunks also helps
not
out, though his
evolution.
power isn't able to match up against them. Black's Super Saiyan 4 was impressive, but it was clear that he was still getting used to the transformation, as if he had just discovered it not too long ago. He used this to his advantage, sliding under Goku Black, grabbing him by the tail and slamming him against the floor. It didn't snap like Vegeta planned.
You may look like Kakarot, but you certainly aren't him. Tell me, who are you?
Black finally answered.
So, I've made myself that clear, huh? It's true. I'm not Son Goku.
Of course you're not.
I was a Kaioshin in training long ago, and I witnessed the battles that your son Goku had against the Universe 6 contestants, defeating all of them at once. That was impossible. Though I had always known that mortals needed to be cleansed, it was that moment that I realized that Son Goku was the biggest threat of them all. You see, different timelines had split up from my ventures. In my universe, I wished to have Goku's body, but killing him wasn't enough. He was far too dangerous to be kept in the other world. I needed to keep him in a limbo-like state, but I was not satisfied. I may have trapped one Son Goku, but I needed to do that to every Son Goku in every reality. Every single sword you see around me
It's all full of
contains
Gokus.
a different version of Son Goku. I've learned from each one of them. This transformation in particular, I learned from another Goku, one that was in the midst of battle against a different version of you, Vegeta. Of course, I killed him too. Now, it seems proper to show you this. I may not be able to access that full power Super Saiyan 4 state that Son Goku had, but being a Kaioshin has perks of his own. I call this Super Saiyan 4
Ooh,
Limit
fuck.
Breaker. What do you think of this rosé color? Beautiful, isn't it?
With Limit Break Super Saiyan 4, Black is able to easily beat down on Vegeta and Trunks. Even with Super Saiyan Blue evolution, Vegeta is slowly being broken down to the point where Trunks tells him that he needs to escape. Vegeta tells Trunks that they have to do this together, that he's not leaving him behind. But Trunks insists that if they leave Black alone, there's no guarantee that he will stick around, and they may lose their only chance of saving Goku. Vegeta finally listens to reason and escapes to the past, leaving Trunks all alone to face
Trunks about to be
Black
dead
until they return. Vegeta arrives in the past, where Bulma takes him inside Capsule Corp to heal him. Raditz arrives soon after. Vegeta thinks they need to get Lord Beerus right now, but Raditz thinks they can do this without his aid. He's also worried about how they may react to the fact that they've been messing around with time. Vegeta is apprehensive at first, but Raditz explains that he may be the only one who can save Goku. After healing, the two travel back to the future. They find Trunks impaled by Black's blades, hanging on a wall by his jacket. Consumed by blinded rage, Vegeta rushes in and slams Black across the face while Raditz tries to grab the swords from where Trunks was hanging. He gives him a senzu bean first, before getting him down. As Raditz grabs onto the swords, they are immediately propelled backwards into Goku Black and his circle of swords. Raditz curses. Trunks thanks Raditz and asks what he needs from him. Raditz simply says that they need to get those swords from Black. Trunks and Vegeta continue the battle against Black in a fantastic team-up. Raditz as well tries his best, but he's unable to be nothing more than a mere fly compared to Zamazu's great power. And to Zamazu, there's nothing to do but swat the flies away, as Zamazu launches a sword right through Raditz's arm. Zamazu proclaims his victory as Raditz begins to laugh.
Shit,
the Saiyan grabs onto the handle of the blade and focuses his ki to use Spirit Fission and bring out Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Raditz sighs in relief as the sword fades away, pleading with Goku to help them out against Zamazu, but the plead was followed by a punch to the face. Raditz rubbed his nose in pain as he got up from the rubble of the building.
I knew Dr. Mew was up to something. It's time to send all you villains back to hell and defeat 17.
Raditz was confused, but then it clicked. This wasn't their Goku. Raditz
GT Goku, nigga.
Tracked away by Zamazu, with GT Goku turning his head and finally remembering.
Yeah, that's right. I was battling against 17 when that guy showed up. He defeated 17 and sealed me away. We have to stop him.
Raditz tells Goku that there are many more like him trapped away, and that Raditz will be able to get them out if Goku gets Zamazu's sword. So, Goku joins Vegeta, asking him if that blue form is Super Saiyan 5. Raditz wouldn't be much help, with Zamazu cursing.
Well, wouldn't that GT Goku be weaker than
They were having a
Vegeta?
difficult time trying to obtain the swords, with Zamazu
because GT
keeping
Goku
them
ain't
away
trained with
by
Beerus and
using
Whis.
his lightning absolution, striking them down. But GT Goku recognized that Zamazu opened his arms out when using the lightning. He looked back at Raditz and asked him to follow his lead. Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta teleported around, trying to avoid the lightning flashes, while Vegeta and Trunks tried to blast at him. This allowed Goku and Raditz to teleport right behind Black and grab onto two swords in the ring. Goku commented on how he had noticed that Super 17 had to open his arms out and lower his guard to absorb ki. This is the same general idea. This allowed Raditz to free two more Gokus. One was Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and the other a Goku with a more heroic demeanor.
What the
Well,
fuck?
I'm certainly not in Kansas anymore.
Alright.
Zamazu again. I won't let you get away.
After explaining the situation to the other Gokus, the battle continued. It was interesting for Vegeta to see Goku with a Super Saiyan Blue state. Clearly, there were many ways their timelines could have gone, but it didn't matter. He wants his friend back. But Zamazu wouldn't allow his swords to be taken again. That was until every single Goku used
Yeah,
the
you getting about to get
Kamehameha.
fucked. You about to get cooked.
Vegeta the Final Flash, Trunks the Masenko, and Raditz the Double Sunday. Zamazu was being forced to defend himself as Raditz teleported and grabbed the last few swords, using another Yardrat technique, a body multiplication, to grab as many swords as possible. Suddenly, multiple Gokus began to show up. Kaioshin Goku, Marvel Goku, SD Goku, Xeno Goku, Evolution Goku, Vegito, even a Goku Jr. and a Gokule. One final sword was left, and Zamasu wouldn't let anyone take it. He screamed as all the Gokus grabbed onto the hilt. This was the culmination of everything Zamasu had learned. He had to keep them away. Every single Goku he battled was just in order to get stronger, strong enough to defeat and trap the last Goku in that sword, the one he called the betrayed Goku. All the Goku grabbed onto the hilt,
the betrayed
even to
Goku,
the blade, and tried to take it from Zamasu, but the Kaioshin used his power to pull it back at full force. It was a tug of war with the swords in mid-air, until it finally broke apart, and a bright light pushed them all back. Raditz screams, thinking that his brother had perished, but as their eyes cleared, full-power Super Saiyan 4 Goku emerged. I'll forgive you that you're late in saving me if you forgive me about being late in escaping. The Z Fighters cheered as all the Gokus stood side by side, staring down at Goku Black, their evil mirror counterpart. He screamed about how it wasn't fair, that he wasn't done. He began to create clones of himself all around, overtaking a number of Gokus. The Z Fighters huddled up.
Better get this done quickly and return to where we belong.
We need to do this for Chi-Chi, Goten, Pan, Gohan, and the rest.
Gohan?
Who are you?
I'm Goku.
Huh.
Seriously? But the comment about Chi-Chi and Gohan caught our Goku's attention. Chi-Chi, Gohan. He looked around. All these Gokus had families. Yet, so much strive for battle. The changes he had been making in his own life were clearly the right path. He had to win and return to Chi-Chi. Our Goku took a few steps forward.
Zamasu, you don't have to do this. You still have time to change and repent for your misdeeds. You insolent mortal. You dare talk to me as if we're equals? Because we are. I was in a similar position, full of anger and hatred. I promise you, there is a chance for you to change.
Alright, boy, this nigga ain't Naruto now, nigga. Come on now, you ain't about to no talk, no jutsu these niggas.
Now die. Then it is a lost cause. Sorry everyone, I had to try. Let's do this. Let's defeat Goku Black. Oh, and Zamasu, you didn't really think you were the first one to discover this form, right? What?
Goku's aura lit up bright, exposing the power of godhood to Goku's primal state. Goku's hair turned a pinkish red as he showed off his Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker. I discovered this form a while back, while in the time chamber with Boo. It's the reason why Beerus felt God Key when I first exited the chamber. As I said, Zamasu, we are equals. The Z Fighters cheered and rushed forward, taking on as many Zamasu as possible. Sadly, Evolution Goku was one of the casualties during the battles, but Zamasu
get him out of here. Get him out of here.
So many of them. GT, Super, and Betrayed Goku huddled up. Super Goku suggested a Spirit Bomb, and GT Goku agreed, but Betrayed Goku had no idea what they were talking about. They looked at him in confusion, telling him just to watch and learn. Super Goku and GT Goku rose up to the sky, with their arms out, beginning to collect energy from all the beings around the universe. The amount of energy that all the Goku gave was immense. Raditz commented on how this was similar to the Spirit Fission avatar he gave Goku, but even stronger. The giant Spirit Bomb floated high above everyone else, while Zamasu continued to attack, blasting the two Goku holding it up. It was painful. They weren't sure if they could keep it up. Two Goku Black grabbed onto them as they began to be dragged away. Vegeta, Trunks, Raditz, and the other Goku were trying to defend them and fight Zamasu, but to no avail. Zamasu cackled and declared himself the winner, but the Spirit Bomb remained. When he looked back up, he realized Goku, the last one he had sealed away, the one that pushed him to his very limit, the Limit Breaker Goku, had rose up to the occasion and held up the Spirit Bomb himself, the hopes of everyone on his shoulders. Super Goku cheered, but Zamasu began to laugh, tears of joy. He knew it. He knew he would win. No, the Spirit Bomb. It's meant to be used by the purest of hearts. That Goku, he must be. No, that Kakarot is one of the bravest Saiyans I've ever met. He can do it. He can win because he's changed, because he's become a hero. All of you have to trust him. Come on, Goku. You are number one. Goku's eyes opened in a bright light as the spirit bomb faded into Goku's own body,
Aw,
his
shit.
aura emanating a blue flare with lightning surrounding him.
I've won. I've won without the spirit bomb. I've won. If I don't do it, you puny mortals have nothing. If I don't do it, and you deserve to be locked away like animals. If I don't do it, then who will? What the? Dragon Fist!
What the fuck?
Zamasu and all the other clones of him dissolved into nothingness, and all the Genki created from the punch dissipated, leaving nothing but a clear sky behind. It was a short time for celebration as all the Goku held onto the time machine and returned to the past. Once there, they were greeted by Beerus and Whis. They were extremely upset, but not as upset as when they saw the dozen Goku hanging from the time machine. They all explained everything to them. That confirmed my suspicions about Zamasu, huh, Whis? Will you take care of the other Goku? Of course, Lord Beerus. I will make sure they return to their exact reality. Come along, everyone. The Goku were each individually taken to their respective places with the help of the Grand Priest. In the meantime, Goku and Beerus arrived at Gowazu's Kaioshin realm. Beerus confronted Zamasu, putting a hand over his face. He knew he was about to kill Gowazu. He was to be destroyed for his actions, but Goku stepped in the way and grabbed onto Beerus' hand. Whis, Beerus, and Zamazu's eyes all widened.
No, Beerus. This Zamasu hasn't done anything yet. We can still change him. We can turn him good.
You mortal. Why you? Goku turned and put his other hand over Zamasu's mouth. He told Beerus that he just needs guidance. Goku knows what it's like to be so angry, to only want
Man,
power.
shut the fuck up.
Goku has changed.
Goku,
And
kill
so
that
did Zamasu.
turkey.
Beerus was angry but put the Hakai down. He told Goku that Zamasu was his responsibility then. Zamasu was still confused, but if it meant not being killed, then he would take it. He'll just have to kill Gowazu and take Goku's body some other time. If his penalty is to spend some more time with Goku, then so be it. He will just learn more about him on the way. Goku turned to Zamasu with a smirk.
Alright, I guess you're my responsibility. The Tournament of Power is right around the corner. So come on, I need a training partner. I'll make you participate in it and face you when the time comes.
And so, the adventures
What the fuck
of
is
Goku,
that?
Vegeta, and the rest continue.
Kaido shit can't even get him in that bitch.
Dragon Ball Super. Son.
That was fire. I really do like the what he did with the Goku Black arc. That was pretty cool. Like he caught all the different timelines of fucking Goku and a Z sword and shit. That shit was fire. That was fire. Like hella fire. I ain't never thought of that. I ain't never thought that how like that's different. That's very different. Shout out to SmugStick for that. That's crazy. Like all the different Goku teaming up to fight a crazy strong opponent. That's fire. I mean, of course, I'm pretty sure Heroes did that. But anyway, man, if you like my reaction, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget, well, the next SmugStick story y'all want me to watch, let me know down below, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.